I'm just going to give you a quickie here on how to get your motorcycle up and running, your shop manual for all years, makes, and models of motorcycles. What we've done is we've written this book because 8 out of every 10 motorcycles out there don't run. That's 80%. And what we've done here is give you all the tips, tricks, and trade secrets so that you spend the least amount of time, money, and effort in getting a motorcycle up and running. Doesn't matter what year, make, and model it is. You can find our book at getitrunning.com. That's getitrunning.com. Hello and welcome back to Randy Cycle Service. We are the most motorcycle repair shop in the world. What we're going to do today, this is a Honda 90, called it a C200. I'm talking about the kick pedal lever because we fixed this one, okay? And I'm talking about how to fix it. So no matter what kick pedal lever you have, you can use this system to fix the kick pedal lever. And the other thing we're going to do this today is we're going to put in a set of points and condensers. The nice part about it, you'll learn how to do the points and condensers on this bike. All the other single-cylinder bikes out there that have points and condensers, it's the same system. It's a battery-fired ignition system. We're going to go over detail today, our book, how to get your motorcycle up and running, shop manual for all years, makes, models, goes into some minute detail. But we're going to go through it today to show you how this works. Now, if you see right here, see this bolt goes through here, and there's a spline. This is a kick pedal lever spline. What happened is that this old lever, which isn't on here anymore, stripped out, and the spine is harder than the metal in the kick pedal lever. Okay, it damaged the spline, and but not real bad. And when we put this one back on and tried to lock it down, we realized that we've had this problem before. And the answer to the problem is to take out on this particular bike the 6mm bolt and put in a 7mm bolt. And what you have to do is drill out just the top half of this because there's threads in the bottom. I'm sorry, take it back. You have to drill the whole thing out for the 7mm. Then you have to retap the bottom half and put 7mm threads in. Now the problem is this bolt is too big in diameter to go past this spline. So what we did was on the spline itself, we took a die grinder. We had to take a pair of channel locks and rotate it back so the flat spot that's down here, it isn't really a flat spot, it's a groove ring all the way around the spline. We brought the part that was right here up to the top, and then we took a die grinder and we actually ground a trench across there so that when we rotate it back over to here, this bolt would go through it and actually become a lock for this shaft. Okay? And that's the answer to doing this. And that will work on any motorcycle, not just this one. You basically have to put a larger bolt in, tap the bottom, and then grind the shaft so you got a flat spot. Because now what happens is, see, let me pull this back just a little bit and I'll show you here. Okay. If this is the shaft, what we did was we put a flat spot on one side for the bolt to go through. So the bolt comes through, it actually locks the shaft so it can't turn anymore. This makes this unstrippable. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to change out the points. So the points are under this cover. Okay. So we're going to reach over here. Probably get in the way. Take this off. Now the points are not in here. I've already taken them out. And what we did is we let the customer go on the internet and hunt down a set of points and condensers. Okay, that's where they go. What's really nice about what he did is he got this. Okay? This is great. This is the complete backing plate and points for this bike. And he got them through Ohio Cycle Parts. So I'm doing a commercial here for Ohio Cycle Parts. I'm not even getting paid for it. So there it is. There's the backing plate. You see how it fits in there? Just like that? Okay, we're going to put that in. So once I get it put in, we'll come back and we'll show you how to set the timing and get these points all set up. Okay, now we've put the backing plate with the points and everything in place. And we've hooked up the wire right here. It's got a little spring here you push on, hook it up. Most bikes, and we want to make sure that wire's up inside. Most bikes have a little lockdown piece of one kind or another. Most of them just have a little electrical terminal connector on the end, you slide under. We'll show you that on another bike later. But what we want to do here, at this point, we're taking the spark plug out so we can turn the motor over. Go ahead and crank the motor over just one time for me to see. Because what we want to do is find out what direction this is turning in. Okay, it's turning forward. Okay, that's all we need to know. Now what we want to do is we want to set the points gap. The first thing we need to do is turn this so that the cam, the thin part of the cam, is against the points. And sometimes we just watch the points, and when the points open up, we'll know when it's on that slot. So right now we need to back this off a little bit. Okay. Open the cam. We need to actually go the other way. This is actually a little cam here that turns and opens points. See how the points just opened? Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll rotate this until they get to the biggest opening. See, it just closed. Okay. That is the biggest opening right there. Okay. Now what we're going to do, that is, believe it or not, we just happened to hit on it, and that is right where we want it. So we're going to take a screwdriver, and we're going to tighten down these, oops, that's okay. We're going to tighten down those two screws, that doesn't matter. Okay, tighten those down because we've got our gap here. Okay, and now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to time the motor. Okay, now this is this hole right here. Right in this hole here, I've got this is a flashlight, in case you wondered what that was, is a timing mark. The timing mark, and I'm going to use my screwdriver here, is right here. This is the part that doesn't move. This part right here I'm touching, right there. This part turns, okay? Now, I've got this lined up so you can see it. That's called the F mark for fire. This mark right there, okay? And right beside it there's a letter F. Now, as we hook up the timing light, which is nice, I have a helper here and kick the other side while we're doing this. As we set up the timing light, what will happen is the timing light will flash, because we're going to set up our spark tool over here, this area over here. We're going to set up the spark tool. We're going to show you how to do that. Now, this area right in here, what happens is when the spark flashes, we should be able to see with the timing light this mark system. And this is the way, when it flashes, we want it. We want the F mark pointing to that pointer right there. And this pointer right here, I'm actually over here pointing on the camera. This point right down here. So this is what we want when the light flashes. And then once we get that, that'll tell us that we've got this time. And the way we time it is by moving this back and forth and adjusting the points. Hopefully the points are okay, and all we have to do is loosen up these two screws, and we'll be able to turn this and hopefully get it in range. So we're going to set this up before you can come back. Okay, now what we have is a spark plug. Go ahead. And I don't know if you can see that or not. I've got it right in the middle. And every time he kicks, it's sparking. Okay, that's what we want. Go ahead. Now here's the mechanism actually working. See the points opening, closing is kicked over? Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to time this. We're going to set up a timing light. Okay, we're going to use the spark over here to fire it. And we're going to look through that hole right here, this hole right here, and we're going to set the timing. Now this is an old bike, but all the points-fired single-cylinder bikes working exactly the same way. Okay, now what we've done is we've adjusted this little cam right here. Some of these have cams, most of them don't. And what we've done is we've got, if you can see it in here, I'm going to move the point camera over. I'm going to try to get this flasher out of the way. And you're probably just not going to be able to see it. But we got the timing mark lined up. Okay, we're back and we're going to get this started. Give a little gas. Oh, key on. Helps to have the key on. No, one click. You got two. One click. Helps turn the key on. There we go. There it is. Up and running. Look at that. Got the timing set, and this puppy is ready to go down the road. Now, we're going to do a safety check on the bike, which we're going to do a video, but we're not going to do the video on this bike. We're going to do it on another bike. And then, there we be. And there's the guy right over there that kicked it over. Oh, yeah. Okay. There she is. Rev it up just a little bit. All right. Up and running down the road.